I'm sorry so much for the delay about this Tombstone responses video. There's two reasons why it took me so long. Reason number one is that thanks to all of your feedback and everything, I decided to take more time with making this video. It's my first time working with a script and everything to try and make the video seem more coherent and shorter as well. And that reason number two is that right now I'm working on big projects, and that kind of slows me down a bit with trying to make the video. But no worries, I will make this more, you know, frequent, and I will make this every Monday. It's just that it's also my first time making such video, and it's also because I'm kind of busy with many things. This also means, by the way, that I'm still going to upload a few more remixes from the album because I still don't have anything original to show yet. So please bear with me. I'll upload a few more remixes while I still work on something really interesting and new and everything. So without further ado, as I said, thank you to everyone for the comments and the feedback. Now let's get started on the video.
I don't even know. I really like the instrumental. The chiptune-ish style appeals to me, and the rock part was incredible. But the vocals, they were just flat out horrible. They completely conflicted with the instrumental. The voice was changed way too much. They were too fast. Also, the fact that the original was just astounding doesn't help you out here. I'm not sure whether I like it or not.
Just so you know, you're not the only one who said that in the comments. Many noted the fact that the vocals were sped up, which made the remix feel rushed in comparison to the original. But as I said in the last video, is that remixing a song well received by the community is basically playing with people's expectations, and that the remix can be good or bad in comparison to the original. Which is especially very true about my obvious kind of remixing, which usually involves speeding up the vocals or increasing or decreasing by a semitone the vocal's pitch. The reason why I point out those facts is because those indicate what kind of an audience you have. Does your audience have expectations and desires from you to how you make your music? Or are they open-minded enough to give you the freedom and the room to make whatever you want to make? Because what takes me up sometimes, and what people don't seem to really understand, is that remix is supposed to be a different interpretation of the song, and it will never be the same as the original, and that's the whole purpose of remixing or covering a song basically. But regardless, despite that it is my decision to make the remix the way I want it, I still need to remember that there's people who are going to comment on it and criticize it. And I'm not just saying that just to defend myself, I'm saying that to indicate that I completely understand what you said. And the most important fact is that I need to have as much freedom to make what I want, but not to the point where imagination gets carried away just because I prefer to make it so.
Okay, normally I love your remixes, but I have a few problems with this one. The vocals to me feel sped up too much and aren't really holding the feeling the original had. And also the solo sections on the piece feel out of place. Basically don't feel they are truly a part of the song. This is my opinion. If you disagree, that's cool.
Thanks a lot for the comment, man, and I totally understand you about the solo part feeling out of place. The big problem with writing a solo part for a rock song is that you need, obviously, instruments that fit the rock genre, which are very limited to lead guitars, to very distorted instruments, and so on and so on. And despite that, yeah, I do record most of my guitar parts for most of my songs and remixes, like most of the simple chord progressions and whatnot. But I'm still not good enough to record my own solos live and everything just to make it fit for the song. And this kind of reminds me that I need to look into those very expensive virtual guitar synths and everything. But I think I'll do that in the future once I have enough funds to buy those, really.
Ha! Uploaded on my birthday. Yay!
Happy birthday, Suplorex! Woo!
Looks at description. Am I seeing this correctly? He's provided a torrent to his own music?
Okay, now, there are two reasons why I provide a torrent of the album for free. Reason number one is because I want to give the option to try the album firsthand and make an educated decision if the album is worth your money or not. Reason number two is that most of my listeners are ranging from ages 13 to 18. And I'm pretty sure that most of them don't have a credit card yet, and I'm pretty sure that they have even more of a trouble to access one anyway. Which is why I think that reaching to as much exposure to the album as possible by providing a torrent of it for free is a much smarter decision. And besides, purchasing the album will get you some extra stuff not included in the torrent version basically. So there is a benefit for buying the album instead of just getting it as a torrent.
Okay, here we go. I have
Wow, incredible. Now I have 4 boners!
Tombstone, I like your little avatar guy, but I just want to know why there are no pupils.
The reason for this new pupils thing is all thanks to the awesome mega talented Selena Midori, who I commissioned the Tombstone avatar from. And she decided on not having pupils because it looked very cool and I liked the design, which is why I decided to keep it. And I thought that this basically gives this eerie, mysterious look, because having a guy with no pupils basically means that you have no idea how he feels, like what his motivations are. And in most cases, you're probably even scared of even knowing what he really feels. And that's kind of like why I'm so satisfied with it, and I'm pretty sure that I will keep this design for many years to come, because it's probably the closest thing that I ever gotten to what I really wanted with the living Tombstone persona. I know it's a good response also for the people who ask why I'm not using the pony character anymore, because of the fact that I still watch the show, I love the show so much. It's just that the character that she created is the closest thing I ever got to reflect my music and everything, and the pony character cannot do this really anymore. And so I'm technically having no problem if somebody decides to come up and maybe create a pony character that looks more like the new avatar that I have right now. I'm okay with that.
Yo, Av.
One of us, one of us, one of us.
Do yourself a favor, huh? Take more time to finish songs. You said you try to work as fast as possible, correct? Because it shows. You're good at what you do, but you really need to give yourself more time to work.
Yeah, it's true, I did say that working as fast as possible is important. And it's true that having more time allows you to experiment and try new things with your music. But then again, it all boils down to how much your creative juices flow and how much you have ideas to try new things, basically. Because again, it doesn't matter how long it will take you to make your music. If you have no interest to what you're making, basically, you will have nothing good to come out of it. And that remix, including all the 14 remixes that were made for the album, were made under a certain deadline. And they all vary in different forms of creativity and motivation that I all gathered for each one of them. So it should give you a dedication that I had to make those under a certain deadline. But you can see that some remixes are much better than others, probably because I had a better time making them anyway.
Question for Toom. You don't plan on trying to slip away from the fandom, right? It's just that Archie and Alex S have already done so, and I would be kinda disappointed if you did as well. I wouldn't unsubscribe or anything though. I'm still sub to Alex S because he still makes awesome music, even if it isn't pony based, while Archie closed his channel, so I didn't have a choice in the matter. This is probably a dumb question, but I do hope it gets answered.
The question you asked is actually not a dumb question at all. It's just that the discussion that I had from this question is in fact very dumb. And the reason being is that people pay too much attention to who's living the fandom when in fact they should pay attention to who's entering the fandom. I don't know about you, but I'm getting sick and tired of hearing the same names being brought up again and again as if there's no one to take their place at all. Because I know that there's so many amazing artists and musicians that are just waiting for the discovered by the fandom, and that I know that there's people still seeking attention as I was lucky enough to receive when I joined the fandom. And those very talented people are still waiting for the chance to shine. If Alexis has chosen to leave the fandom, it is entirely his choice. It does not mean that the fandom is doomed or is on the decline at all. And once again, I'm saying that we should focus on who's emerging from the fandom instead of who's leaving the fandom. If focusing on new talent isn't how the fandom will stay strong, then I don't know what will.
Tombstone, you know I love and respect you, but I got a question. Did you have to put up the free download on Pirate Bay? I mean, I'm only 14, on a family computer. I can't afford for porn advertisements to pop up. Thank you for reading this comment.
Yeah, I noticed that many had trouble accessing Pirate Bay because of that, which is why I think on maybe putting the torrent file on Mediafire instead, so that way people wouldn't have the same trouble on going through Pirate Bay and noticing porn advertisements and such. Oh, and very soon I'm going to provide a torrent file for the WAV format and the FLAC format of the album, so stay tuned. Thanks everyone for watching the video. It was a lot of fun editing it and making it, and I'm pretty sure that it is now significantly shorter and much more coherent in comparison to the other video that was like 15 minutes long or something. If you have any criticism and anything to say, feel free to write it in the comments and I will read them, and that way we'll improve the video on next Monday that we'll upload it. To give a big shout out to many of the people that recorded their lines for this video, people from like the microphone, Noah King, Shady Fox, Lady Karibo, which is thank you so much for recording this line, by the way. Kerbifer, Psy Guy, Cheru, and many others that, you know, part of the Watch Out cast that, you know, provided most of the recordings for the video. Watch Out is a podcast run by Psyguy and many of his friends, and they've been doing this for a long time. And I recently started to become a regular in the show, and which I think is a very wonderful show. Lots of humor and lots of discussions going around and everything. It's a weekly podcast that airs on Wednesday. I think it's 7 p.m. EST. I should check on that. Sorry, they do the show every 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday, and it's a great show. Go listen to them, go listen to me and everyone there in the show. Wonderful guys, wonderful people, great company. And thanks everyone. I love this project, and I think this is the best thing I can do, you know, to provide my own insight towards the comments that I receive, because I still feel that YouTube does a really bad job of providing some kind of a form of feedback for these kind of things. So yeah, so thanks everyone. I think this is all for now.
Tombstone, I like your little avatar guy, but I just want to know, why are there no pupils?